Yo, we're back for the second part of the Hiede Tower of Flame. Is it just me, Kark, or do you have on some different equipment than the last time we saw you, Al? Yeah, I do. So let's go ahead and do some quick recapping real here of some things that have gone on. For one thing, my death count has gone up again because of some off-screen footage. Believe it or not, since the last posting I've only died, I think, 2 times maybe. One of them technically doesn't count because it was while I was a summoned help, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to count it anyway. But here's my current stats screen. As you can see, I've leveled up to soul level 67. I got endurance and vigor still at 10, but I've put vitality up to 20 and adaptability up to 20. That's about it. Everything else is basically the same. I did kill the pursuer in my own world, which is why I'm wearing the Dranglake boots, gloves, and sword. And I've managed to find an old knight shield. I did a lot of co-op helping people kill the old dragon slayer, so a big part of that was just doing runs through this place to clear it, because every so often I'd want to go back to Majula to, I would want to go back to Majula to turn in my souls, because there's really no point in banking them. So let's see what this says. Don't let me guess. Not here? No kidding. There are no illusory walls here. See. So, I mean, I leveled up a lot, and I picked up some nice gear, and I got lucky and found this old knight shield. I actually somehow, because I had terrible luck with the old knight stuff on my PS3 playthroughs, but on this guy, I have literally found every single trial left. They saying there's a hidden door here. I don't remember one being down here, and I'm pretty sure I looked thoroughly. So yeah, there's not one down here. A lot of these messages just irk me because they're kind of trollish. But I've gained a lot of soul levels, and I did a lot of help on old Dragon Slayer for a lot of people. Oh, and I might want to turn my UI back on. That might be a good idea too. Whoops. Earlier I was taking a few screenshots for using in my screen caps that I do for my cover images for the videos, and forgot to turn it back on. Whoops. But yeah, the old knight shield is ridiculously powerful. It is, I mean, for people who've experienced the Dranglake shield, it's better than the Dranglake shield. Like, it's not even close. It has better resistances. It has better stability. It has, I don't know how else to say it. It's better. There are literally only 2 things that the Dranglake shield beats it on, and that is weight. It weighs 2 pounds less. What's this guy got to say? Treasure ahead? No kidding. And it, what's the other thing? It has better durability. The old knight shield has really crappy durability, but you know what? I find shields lose their durability really slow. They don't lose their durability really fast like other weapons do. Man, there's another one. Man, I'm so lucky. But I mean, so this is just a really awesome shield. I haven't even put anything on it. It's just a regular old knight shield. It's, I would say, if you asked me to put a number to it, I'd say it is the 4th best medium shield in the game. Like, there's small shields that are like Parmas and things like that. No, there's no secret doors here either. That are like Parmas and things like that. Bucklers. Then there's tower shields. And then there's medium shields. I would say this is probably the 4th best medium shield in the game. And considering all 3 of the medium shields that I'd say are better are ridiculously good. Look at that. I barely even lose any stability. Man, I'm playing badly all of a sudden. Look how many hits it took him. I'm just being silly all of a sudden. But yeah, you could see there I blocked like 4 hits from him without waiting for stam recovery, and it didn't stagger me to like the 4th or 5th hit. And that's even counting my actual attacks against him. So, what's up over here? Don't tell me. Really? If there's an illusory wall here, why'd you put your summon sign right on it? That's because there's not an illusory wall there. I swear I'll stop doing that eventually. But, I really hate troll messages like that. Can't you find something better to do? Like, at least be creative. Like, go to a hole where it could possibly be something down there and it's just hard to tell. With those illusory wall things, it takes all of 2 seconds to verify. And... oh, I forgot I got to step off before it opens. And, they're pretty much always bogus. Like, here we go again. Illusory wall? Really? Are you sure? Because there's no illusory wall there. And I just made a speech about how I'm not going to do that anymore. Sorry. But, there's not one here either, as I recall. I went through here pretty tight because this area is really short. In fact, I've almost cleared it already. And, why have so many people died here? I mean, you're slower, sure, but I mean, you've got a shield. Huh. Why have so many people died to that, guys? I mean, I'm sure there's water there, but does it really, I mean, does just moving slower really make it that much harder for you? By now, you should have had at least at least you got the leather shield. That's enough to take 2 hits. And that's really all you got to do. You just got to strafe to the side and take 2 hits. And then finish him up. But yeah, the Drangleic sword I also have here is just at base stats as well. And this is why I wanted 25 strength and 20 dex, because it requires 25 strength and 20 dex. Its scaling is awesome. Its base damage is awesome. This is not a trap chest. Not that I recall anyway. It'd be funny if it wasn't. I died. There's the night gear. I'm not going to try it out. I actually have bought most of the Elite Knight set. Pro tip. You really do want to buy stuff off vendors. I'll show it off real quick. For example, I have a Covetous Silver Serpent Ring +1, which, what did it show item info? Yeah. Greed, traditionally viewed as vice, blah, blah, blah. It basically increases the souls you get per kill. And I got that from the old lady after she moved to Majula, because if you spend 10,000 souls with her and then talk to her, she gives it to you. And all the NPC merchants in the game are like that. Once you spend a certain amount of souls with them, they'll give you a gift. And a lot of those gifts are really nice. No joke. I mean, as I said, that's a Covetous Silver Serpent Ring +1. That's a really nice gift. It gets you a lot of souls early on. It's awesome. Bonfire head. That's right. There is a bonfire head. I don't know why you put that here, because there's no enemies either. So I've literally just finished the Hiede Tower of Flame. That was all there was to it. It's been a pretty short one. But next is the area down there, which I'm not going to show you yet. I guess I'm going to brag for a second longer, but yeah, I literally have every Old Knight piece of gear that you can get. I got everything except the Old Knight hammer, which is like a stupidly rare drop, because that guy only has 1 chance of dropping it. But I got the shield, I've got the boots, I've got the gloves, I got the chest, I got the helmet, I've got the great sword and the ultra great sword. I just had extremely great luck with those guys. So this is an important NPC here, Lucatiel of Mira. I don't know if I'm going to let you listen to what she has to say, but just bear in mind, as I was stating about merchants, when you spend a certain amount of money with them, they give you stuff. Well, guess what? The NPCs you meet in the game, like Lucatiel here, have quests too. And if you fulfill the quest conditions, and they're never really specifically stated, but if you fulfill those conditions, you get cool rewards too. For example, she'll give you like her entire armor set and her sword. Her sword is really awesome. It is basically a dex-based greatsword. It's a lot like the Drangleic sword. It's more about dex than it is about strength. But, I mean, if you want to use this style of weapon, and be a dex character, her greatsword is probably the best greatsword for you if you're going to be dex based. But you know, and there's achievements for doing that stuff too. In her case specifically, her quest is you have to help her meet her in various locations, and then you have to summon her to defeat 3 bosses. It can be any 3 bosses that she can be summoned for, and she has to live all 3 fights. blah blah blah. But that's just her example. But every character has quests like that. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough for a very short area. This is going to be a very short video either way. I've lit the bonfire. I'll go ahead and talk to her now, but you don't have to listen to it. She has a lot of stuff to say. Pimping ain't easy in my little hat. Look forward to a much longer, much more detailed video next when we go into the lost undead wharf place. Bye bye for now.